Hey guys, what's up here? Well back. I don't usually do this, but I usually don't have the time. Elsa, stop it. Um, yeah, I'm here just for a wee reaction video after UFC 239. I could not believe that card last night. It was a crazy, crazy card. There was some crazy, crazy moments, and yeah, that main card, the start of that main card was absolutely craziness. Um, I think there's only one place we can really start, and that is with the street Jesus Jorge Masvidal. I was going on about, he's going to get this and that, he's going to get held down. Who cares what people are saying when you've got crazy mofos like Jorge Masvidal just coming out there and running straight at fools with nuclear flying knees. Nuclear motherfucking flying knees. I've never seen anything like that. Absolute craziness. Give Masvidal a title shot. I don't care about Covington. I don't care anybody else. Give that guy a title shot because, like he said, which I just not long seen, he's baptized two guys in his last two fights. Incredible scene. I'm going to go quickly to the start of the card. Can I run through it? Just give you 30 seconds of that. Like I said, I don't usually do this, but nobody's here. My daughter, I usually look after my daughter while my fiance works on a Sunday, and they're not here. They're out, and I'm just about to take my dog out, who's a little bit pissed that I'm doing this, but it is what it is. So we're going to start off down. I think it was Julia Avila against Pani Kianzad. I like this Julia Avila girl. I think that she's got some power in her hands. She's aggressive. I thought there was a little bit of nerves. I thought she sat back a little bit more than she usually does. But ultimately, I thought she looked really good. You can see that she's got some big power. She's very strong. And but I thought Pani actually gave a good account of herself, but she was just never really in the ballpark of Julia Avila. And Avila just really hurt her with bigger shots. And she's going to be someone I'm going to be looking at coming forward is Avila, because I think that she's going to let go a little bit more, and so I'm going to turn this around a little bit. Oh, maybe not, but I think I am going to look into her a little bit more, and I think she's got an exciting future. Then went on to Ismail Nadev. This was a spot as the week went on. I thought, right, ring counter's got a chance. I actually played it. I went really heavy on ring counter on DraftKings because I was looking at people that could survive with kind of grappling upside. He was one of them. He didn't score that well. I thought they kind of screwed him in DraftKings with his scoring. But Nadev started off really well. You can tell that the young kid's athletic freak, and stopped a couple of takedowns initially, but then really got absolutely beat up very, very badly, just by the not badly, but just got dominated with heavy. He's kind of got laid on heavy, but I thought Raincounter did what he had to do to win that fight personally. So props to Chance Raincounter. He's better than I initially kind of gave him credit for. And like I say, fair play to the dude. Oh Christ, sorry guys. Oh, the phone's playing up something rotten here, my bad. But yeah, he looks fairly decent, and it is a hard guy to kind of face, so I have to keep an eye on him. Who else? Who was the fight in the Oh, Edmund Shabazian. Oh my god, that guy's going to be really, really good. I actually think he's not far off being a ranked fighter. I think in the UFC, I think that the guy just comes out. He's got heavy. I think that first fight, I think you can totally throw that out the window. I think that was a lot of nerves. Him just going for takedowns, tiring himself out. The guy's got some unbelievable submission skills. He's got some big, big power. Ultimately a boxer. Looked incredible. Absolutely starched Jack Marshman. Jack Marshman, I don't know where he goes from here. I think that was a fight he was put a lot of. He was kind of all in on that fight to try and progress himself. Then you move on to the main card, Song Yadong, another guy. When I made my video through the week or Monday, whenever it was, I was not confident in this dude whatsoever. I thought Perez was going to give him a very close fight as the week went on, and this is what a few people have come up to me and said, you're betting people you're not super confident on. my thoughts change through the week. So, because I get them out that early, things can change as the fight week goes on. As the fight week was going on, Song Yadong I thought had a pretty clear path to victory, and I was actually going to bet him. And then I just thought, right, I'm going to leave it just in case Perez does kind of fight really close. Get absolutely starched, big power. Uriah Faber's going on like we've not even seen his strongest part of his game yet, which is his ground game supposedly. So he's another young prospect coming through, looks unreal, and yeah. Then we move on. I want to say it's maybe Cheeto up next. That no Healing Hernandez is actually pretty solid. He's going to be decent the more experience he gets in the UFC. If he gets the right type of matchups, showed us a lot there. Maybe shown us that maybe Cheeto isn't as good. A little bit of a slow start. I went for some things early, but Healing he kind of stuck in there, got some advantageous positions, got some nice ground and pound, and looked decent in that second round. He was starting off really well. I think there was an attempted takedown from Cheeto, and he landed some really nice ground and pound from there, and yeah, it just looked. I thought Hernandez looked really good. Cheeto is a finisher though, so you have to be careful with this guy. If you give him an opportunity and he can get an mounted position, or he can get his arms or his legs around you some way, he'll finish you, and that's what happened there. But I don't think he's going to get away with performance like that, stepping up against kind of more high caliber opposition in the UFC, guys with more experience, with some more weapons, I think, as well. Claudio Gadelha versus Randa Marcos was shit. So I'm not even going to speak about that. It was absolutely horrible. Gadelha, in my opinion, is someone I'm going to start fading pretty badly because she looks like she's regressing really badly. Marcos' game plan, I don't know what it was. She was hunched over. I don't know if she was looking to counter strike, but she looked horrible as well. Horrible fight. Don't want to speak about it anymore. But Gadelha's a girl I'm going to keep an eye on because I think she's definitely regressing a little bit. Gilbert Melendez. I took a shot on Gilbert Melendez. I thought that fight was going to be closer. In hindsight, it was a really terrible bet. Arnold Allen looked just amazing. Outside the first minute when Gil was kind of slinging some bombs a little bit, that was it. I heard people say there was something going on with he got injured in the first minute of the fight. I don't care. He was not beating Arnold Allen last night. Like I say, plus 300. I took the shot on him, betting wise as well, but it just never played out that way. Arnie is definitely a kind of guy that not many people know in that division. He's coming up through, but yeah, Melendez I think's done. I think that the UFC should actually release him. He'll go to Bellator. He'll make himself some serious money there. Arnold Allen, you move him up. Probably right close to outside the top 15 in my opinion. He's was it 6-0 I think in the UFC, so he needs a step up an opponent. He's got a legend on the record there, so yeah. Then you move on to the main card. Diego Sanchez. Queso was too big, too good. Like I thought he would be. I thought he would stop him. It shows you the toughness of Diego. But Diego was never in that fight, ever in that fight. He had some advantageous positions, but Keza was too big, just too good on the ground. And I just thought that Keza looked really, really good. He's due a top 15 opponent, in my opinion. I think they were due to give him one before this, but Diego's the name that they gave him, and he took it. He got that name in his record. So Keza looked very, very impressive in that one there. Luke Rockhold, ha 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 ha. This is where I lost a bet on Rockhold. I parlayed him with who did I parlay him with? Claudio Gadelha. Gadelha was easy money, but Rockhold, I knew. I want to say probably a minute into that fight, he was going to get caught with a shot because he was spamming big left leg kicks, and when he went in for the takedown and he didn't get it, I thought, oh, I think you realise now at 205 that these guys are strong as well, and you can't. I kind of thought that if he got him down once, he would hurt him. He couldn't get him down, and from there, towards the end of that first round, he looked like he was kind of lost of ideas a little bit. And then there was obviously the thing at the bell where Yang clipped him with a high kick right behind the ear, and you could just see that Rockhold was wobbling around. He wasn't sure. He looked kind of scared to me of taking that big shot in the chin. And then they went into the second round. He started kind of off a little bit aggressive again, but then they just started trading, and he was leaving his hands down. And with a liability like that guy's chin is, then he needs to he took a humongous shot, a couple of follow-up shots. The Polish power caught him, knocked him on his ass, and yeah, Luke Rockhold, in my opinion, is done. There's no point in that guy fighting on anymore. I don't see that there's other guys in the division that are going to do that to him. I think Rakic could do that to him. I think Oleg Stachuk could do that to him. I think Johnny Walker could do that to him. I think Dana White came out and said, I think this guy, maybe it's time he needs to retire because his chin's deteriorated. He cannot take a shot. I'm kind of happy that it'll okay. He was, as the fight week went on, I liked him more, but his interviews were so bad to watch. He was completely writing off Jan Blachowicz. Shout out from Justin from UFC Bro Picks. He went and cast a really nice, juicy dog on Jan Blachowicz there. And yeah, I don't think we should see like Rockhold fighting anymore, if I'm being honest with you. Now we're going to move on to Street Jesus, Jorge Masvidal, Ben Askren. There was a lot of stuff going down. It was the fight I was most looking forward to all week, and Jorge Masvidal is one crazy bastard, I swear to God. Just talking mad shit before the fight, and I cannot believe the way he came out in that fight. He just literally run across, nuclear flying knee. Ben stiffened him. Ben got stiffened really badly, and Jorge just kept on pounding him, showing just like he does not give two shits with stuff like that. And people were asking after he won that fight, it's like, why did you follow up with the shots, and why did you do this? And you know what you're getting into with Jorge Masvidal. That guy doesn't play around at all. We've seen it in his last fight. We've seen it after his last fight. We've seen it last night. If you talk shit with this guy and you get personal a little bit with him, he's going to come at you and he's going to look to absolutely destroy you. And that's what he did. He destroyed Ben Askren. I don't think Ben Askren should come back ever again. I really don't. I think that allure of him being undefeated, he was never going to win the belt. Let's put that out there. But the allure of him being undefeated, yeah, it's gone. His aura's kind of gone. Maybe you give him one match. Maybe give him like a Damian Maia. That's a fun match for him, maybe. Give him something like that. But I think Ben should maybe seriously consider just staying away from the sport now. But Jorge Masvidal is something else. Like, as the week went on, I was like so wanting that guy to win. And but doing it the way he did, the celebration after, just the way he talks, how he's baptizing people, this, and he's doing that. I want to see him in a championship fight. I think he's earned it, honestly. And it's just one of the most incredible guys I think they've got in the roster. And his longevity in the sport, and now he's getting kind of all the bigger fights, and he's turning up big time in those fights. It's incredible to see. Amanda Nunez destroyed Holly Holm. It was pretty close for the first couple of minutes, but she was making adjustments. You could see her with that high kick. She kind of hurt her a little bit in that the start of that first round. She kind of clipped her with a head kick, and you could kind of see that Holly wasn't sure of her speed, and then she got caught with a high kick and then got followed up there. I thought it was a good stoppage by Mark Goddard, and Holly Holm. Where does she go from now as well? But Amanda Nunez just rolls. She's got a couple of contenders coming through, I suppose. If you look at, she wants to go back to 145, defend her belt, which is fair enough. If Caitlin Vera gets back and gets healthy, Aspen Ladd next week, maybe Durandam, if she wins, it might get a rematch, who knows. But Amanda Nunez just keeps on rolling, no matter what division it is. She's just the GOAT, the women's GOAT. And then there was John Jones, Thiago Santos. I thought Thiago actually fought a pretty good fight. I'm seeing a lot of people score that for Thiago. I had it clear for John Jones, but I could see why people thought Thiago might have got it, because the fight was super close and there wasn't really all that much in them. I kind of had it pretty clear. Maybe 49, 46, 48, 47. I'm going to have to watch it back. Like I say, that fight was taking place at 6 a.m. this morning, and it was a little bit weary in my eyes. But I don't know whether John Jones is regressing or what, because he's just not looked the same fighter these past couple of fights. I don't know, maybe he's fighting too often. I don't think I should really be saying that, but yeah, last two fights he's just not looked good. Now, in saying that, Thiago is a madman, big power. You have to be careful with everything that he does, but he was hurt, and John Jones should have knew that he was hurt and that he should have attacked. Never attacked with like takedowns or anything. That was the weirdest thing, because that was his clear advantage in that matchup, but ultimately comes through it. Don't think he looked great. he moves on. He'll get another young. He might even get Blachowicz next. He might get that next shot. So who knows? But yeah, a fun night of fights at UFC 239. Just thought I'd jump on here, do a little video for 15 minutes or so and speak about the fights. But crazy night. Hope Masvidal gets everything that he deserves, because that was crazy. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen, and I've been watching this sport for a long time. UFC Sacramento, I might get that out tonight, depending if I can. I'll be spend the rest of the day with my daughter when she comes back, when her and mum come back, whatever they're doing. So if I can get the time to watch a few fights in between, probably not. I'm probably going to enjoy the time with my daughter. But I might get that out late tonight. If not, it will be out tomorrow. Yeah, so if there's anything you want to say, if you had a good night bet-wise, I had not a bad night bet-wise. I think I was just a slight loss. I took a shot on Melendez, lost. Cashed the parlay with Avila, Shabazian and Nunez. I think it was plus 125 I got that at. And then I had a stupid bet on Nunez to win in rounds 4 or 5 or decision. That was just a bad bet. And the other parlay was obviously Luke Rockhold and Claudia Gadelia, which lost. So I think it was like 2 units I lost, so which is not that much. Not huge, not good, but manageable. I can get that back. So until UFC Sacramento, guys, thank you very much for joining me here. Just a little quick video. Just you can probably tell I'm fairly giddy from UFC 239 and some of the things that went down last night. Until UFC Sacramento, I will see you very soon.